Here we go. Hello, everyone. I would like to introduce to you Bill Roller. Bill has been a therapist for 45 years, and he has worked as a co-therapy team with Vivian Nelson. And both Vivian and Bill are very long-time I-learners, and we're glad about that. They've been wonderful contributors over the year. Bill told me he knew Virginia Satir since 1975 and interviewed her in 1982.
Thank you, Joanne. So I'm going to be giving a demonstration of redecision therapy, which is a creative synthesis of Gestalt and transactional analysis that was pioneered by Bob and Mary Goulding, who were close associates of Virginia Satir in the early 60s and 1970s. Redecision therapy allows people to identify and change early childhood decisions in order to enhance their professional growth and personal happiness in the here and now. And this is the focus that we will be looking at today. And I think that the plenary that Daria did earlier was a wonderful warm-up for keeping us in the here and now. So the redecision comes from an emotional space. So we're going to be trying to go to the right hemisphere. So together, we returned to emotional memories in order to help the redecision be possible. So I'm going to ask for 2 volunteers today. And I've done redecision work with many of you in the past. So today, I'd like people who've not experienced this work together with me, new people to come forward so I can work with them. So the Gouldings would begin with a direct, who wants to change something about themselves today? And although often focused on memories of the past, the emotional experience of redecision is based in the here and now. We want to keep the person in the here and now as much as possible. The Gouldings spoke of certain messages that parents gave to their children from their own child ego state. So they called these injunctions. And these are messages from the child ego state of the parents. And it's based on the parents' own unhappiness, anxiety, disappointments, anger, frustrations, and secret desires. While these messages are quite irrational in terms of the child, they may seem perfectly rational to the parent. So it's really understood that when the parents are giving these, they're not consciously at all trying to misdirect the children. In many cases, they're trying to help them. They think they're trying to help them. But again, they're coming from their own child ego state, not from a parental ego state. So most of the injunctions are passed non-verbally, and they remain outside the consciousness of the parent who transmits them. And understanding the injunctions, how they impede our choices as people in the here and now, is the part of redecision. So I'll name some of the injunctions that the Gouldings tried to condense from the thousands of possible don't messages you could have. There's the one that just don't, which impedes anything. Don't be close. Don't be important. Don't belong. Don't be you. Don't trust. Don't make it. Don't be a child. Don't be well. Don't grow up. Don't feel. Don't think. Don't be sane. And so those are just a few of the possibilities we might deal with today. So, when a volunteer comes forward, I request that they have a chair or a pillow or some sort of prop that we can use, because often we'll be working with the parent as well as the child within you. And so in working in a regular space, we have lots of chairs, lots of pillows. But here I'll require or ask you to provide those for yourselves. And we'll be using your imagination a lot too. And the imagination conjures up these various memories that we want to be access to so we can work with Redecision. So is there someone here that would like to be a volunteer and change something about themselves? Daria, I'll begin with you. So can we do the speaker view now at this point? Okay, Daria, it's great to see you again. I just saw you a few minutes ago and doing your plenary. So we'll have around 20, 30 minutes together here. And we're gonna demonstrate for these wonderful people what redecision therapy is possible to do. And we'll have an opportunity after you come to some resolution with your redecision to open up the mics and then get some reinforcement for your redecision from the larger group. And also feedback to you about what they felt while you were doing the work. This is important. And we want to avoid questions at that period because that takes you again into the cognitive space, and we want to keep you in the emotional space. As much as possible, stay in the right hemisphere. And so I think that's what we want to pursue. People will have an opportunity to give you feedback, and we'll save time for that. So don't worry about that. And then at the end, when we're done with both of the demonstrations, we'll have a time for people in the audience to have questions about theory, technique, and some of that. And we'll also have some closure and goodbye for the group as a whole. But you and I, Daria, will have a time for closure ourselves. So is there something that you would like to change about yourself, Daria?
Yes, thank you. I would like to be calmer and more peaceful when I feel stressed. And I would like to change my response to that reactivity towards my children. Because
Okay.
I think I get triggered by certain things, like, you know, that I don't like. I mean, shall I share the full thing? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So when they, for example, cry, or when I know they need me, so I know exactly what I need to do. But sometimes I do something very different, and I don't like it. Like I, for example, get angry.
Okay.
And I know approximately where that's from.
Okay, well, before we get to that, let's just take some deep breaths. You and I are making eye contact. That's always important. If we were in a room together, I'd hold your hand. That's exactly what Virginia would do. And actually, we'd be walking around the room, making eye contact with everyone in the group. And that's very important for making the group a part of this. And then important is to check in how you're feeling in this moment for coming forward like this.
You know, I'm feeling a little bit strange because I'm very curious about this process. I really would like to do the work on myself, and that is part of me that's very observative of what will people think. It's recorded, my peers, and blah, 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 and how I am as a, psychologist and therapist. In Russia, we say a shoemaker without shoes.
Oh, well, all shoemakers have no shoes.
I know. That's why I'm kind of, another part of me is laughing at the same time. Like, ha, ha, ha.
All right. Well, this is important just to set the frame right for you. So you're in this sort of situation, so you're not feeling judged, and that we're not judging you. And So you won't be judging yourself. So can you take some breath into that idea that this is not a space of judgment. This is not a space, this is not a performance either, you know, and if you and I don't do this very well today, that's okay. We don't have to even do it.
I'm also noticing that I've put on weight, and I'm I'm looking at my belly and I'm like, shit, I don't like it.
Okay, boy, you're really full of judgments. This is important though, because I bet these children that you're concerned about, and what's their names again?
Nikolai and Dmitry.
Nikolai and Dmitry. I bet they're aware of how much mommy judges herself. What do you think?
They're aware how much I judge them.
Oh, well, this is informative, isn't it? You're judging
Yeah.
them, but look at what we begin with is you judging yourself. So that's really curious, isn't it?
Yeah, on the run this morning, I was with Nikolai. He was on the bike, and we went to feed the swans, and the mama swan was like sort of kind of wanting food, and the baby swan, and she was kind of attacking him, and he's like, "This is like you, mama."
Okay. So this is Nikolai speaking,
Yeah.
the older one?
No, the younger one.
Younger.
And I was looking at him. Is that what I do? He's like, no. Sometimes when you don't allow me things to do.
Okay, you're laughing, but what is it saying to you that Nikolai?
Yeah, I need to do work. I want to make the right decision. I don't like this decision of being angry at him.
Well, this is the second time you focused on anger. Is that the emotion that you're most concerned about?
Yeah, absolutely. That's my coping stance, blaming.
Okay. Most concerned about expressing your anger to the children.
Yeah.
So
I'm very kind generally, but when I'm stressed, when I need to do something quickly, I'm prioritizing my own needs and my own thing rather than them and their well-being.
okay, so what do you know about your experience of anger, looking back in your past, memories, scenes from your past? What comes to mind immediately about anger?
When I was first year at school, I was doing the homework, and my mom was looking at me, and she said, "I don't like stupid questions."
So right from, and how old are you there?
6, 7, yeah.
You're
No,
six.
she was showing anger with her eyes, and I remember that state, yeah, very well.
Oh yeah, that's very powerful. And what you read in her eyes is, I don't like stupid questions. Okay. And so how do you feel when you say that right now?
Yeah, I feel like I feel sad.
Okay. Would you be willing to bring your mother into this scene right now? Do you have a chair, or a stool, or a pillow that can represent her?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need to see it, or it's okay?
No, you need to see it. That's it.
Okay.
I can imagine your mother. Describe your mother.
Okay. My mother, she's a wonderful woman.
Physical description?
Physical description. She is shorter than me a little bit. Darker hair, similar to me, face and like the body structure.
Okay. So she looks somewhat like you?
Yeah.
Okay. And in this vision of your mother, she must be fairly young if you're 6, right?
Yeah. She's also very busy doing her thesis, doctorate, whatever, PhD.
Okay, so mother's very busy, and you're in school, you're 6 years old, and you have some feelings about her eye movements. So talk to your mother about your feelings about her eyes.
Well, I feel scared. Not scared. I feel rejected when I see your eyes. That, and I feel the energy of hostile energy.
So tell her what you'd like to see when you look into her eyes.
I would like to see more warmth and understanding. More love. Yeah, I would like to see more love, more compassion and peace and more.
Okay, that's good. So can you switch over and be on your mom's seat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now you're, what, your mom's about 30 years old or something?
Yeah, 28, 29 exactly.
Okay, she's a young mom. She's vibrant, she's intelligent, and she's got you. And how is she responding to you saying, I feel scared?
She's
So talking from her position. This is your daughter here talking to you. And your name is, what's your name?
Olga.
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 Olga. Okay, Olga. This is your daughter talking to you and she's scared. So what's going on with you?
I just, I don't understand. I'm not really in touch with my feelings.
Okay, well, take your time. There's no hurry here. Because I know you're busy and you're writing your thesis and you're brilliant and you have this wonderful brain. But this child that you've raised or you're raising is saying something very important to you. She's saying she's scared, and sometimes she even feels like you don't like her.
I feel disappointed with myself. I feel like a bad mother.
And when you feel like a bad mother, what do you do?
I withdraw. I disconnect because I don't know how to talk about emotions. It's painful. It's really painful.
So it's painful for you to speak of emotions.
There's a lot of trauma in my family.
Okay, lots of trauma. You certainly don't want to impose that on your little girl, right? No.
I really feel I blame myself greatly for all the little mistakes I make. I wish her, she's such I love her so much. I want her to have the best.
Sounds like you judge yourself quite a bit, Olga.
Yeah, I judge myself a lot.
I see. And do you think that, what do you call your daughter? Do you call her Darya or Dari or?
Dasha.
Dasha. So what do you think Dasha hears when you are judging yourself a lot?
I hope she doesn't hear that because I live my life for her mainly.
Okay. Well, let's see what she's going to say when she learns that you really find emotions painful. So just go over and sit and be your little 6-year-old again. Okay, Dasha, Mom is talking to you and you hear what she's saying. She says it's painful to speak of emotions. How do you feel?
I feel disconnected. I cannot process her pain because
It's not your job, is it?
Yeah, I don't feel like I want to.
No, you don't want to. Was there a time you thought you ought to process her pain and take care of her?
I don't know.
Well, take your time, because you're only 6 years old, but you may have had a glimmer of the pain that your mother feels that she tries to hide from you. Let yourself feel that.
It's just so heavy to feel something like this. I just want her love, and I just want her to love me and support me.
Yeah. And you
And
can't,
approve of me, and not reject, but approve, support.
so tell your mother from your 6-year-old position what you want from her. You don't want to hear her pain.
I just want to cuddle. I just want to hug. I don't really need much apart from that.
Okay. So say, Mom, I want, it's not just, I want physical contact. I want you to hold me.
I want you to hold me.
Okay. Ask her if she's willing to do that now.
Can you do that now? I feel like I'm an adult. I don't think as a 6-year-old I can even say this, but that's exactly what I want.
Want to be held.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's act as if Mom really is intuitive here and does come forward and hold you. So let her hold you now. Let her. And if there's something you'd like her to do, like stroke your hair, stroke your brow, stroke your face, let her do that now. Let her talk to you in her language, which is Russian. And she's speaking to you in very loving tones. And she's telling you, I really love you. I don't want you to feel pain. I want you to feel accepted. And all the things that holding does to your body that the words don't do. Let those emotions come through as you're being held by your mother in her arms, making eye contact with her. Letting yourself stay there as long as you want to, because there's no rush here. You can stay in this position for quite a while. How does it feel?
Very good. Very emotional.
Okay, so let yourself stay there. There's no reason to rush off. Just let your mind drift as you're being held. Let your body feel the depth of the embrace. And let it give very, very deep messages to each cell of your body. Allowing yourself to breathe. Breathe deeply and gently. See if you can feel her heart as she's holding you. You may even put your little hand on her heart to see if you can feel her heart. Okay.
It's hard to do that.
Okay.
We don't do this in Russia, but
Okay. But you can feel her body.
It's sort of like she's sort of hugging me, and I'm small. Yes, I feel
Okay, so you're feeling small, and you're being hugged. And is this comforting for you?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. But it feels like you need to get away quickly, because
Physical contact is a little bit. It was very rare in my family.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you know this is a special moment that you're sharing with your mother. You may not get too many of these. And so you have to make every moment count. Breathing deeply, really let this sink into your body so you can feel it. You know that your mom is following her tradition, the tradition that you're a part of. But in this moment, you're experiencing exactly what you need. Breathing deeply and gently. Let your feelings come to the surface, all of the feelings that you're feeling as you're being held, and state some of those feelings.
It feels awkward and unusual and comforting at the same time.
Awkward and unusual, and still comforting.
Comforting, yeah.
Comforting, okay. So how do you let mother know now that this is something you want more often? You know that it's not really permitted by her mindset, but is there a way you can let her know that this is something you'd want on a more regular basis?
I would like more of that, please.
Yeah. Okay, it's hard with mother. So let's imagine that you're a mother now. You're the mother that you always wanted your mother to be. So take your mother and say, thank you, mother, for being there and holding me. But I'm going to imagine myself being in that space, talking to me. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay. So switch chairs and get on the mother chair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're now going to be the mother voice for this 6-year-old child. And we know, as you explained to us earlier today, these neurons are still there in the brain. They're still activated. Your 6-year-old is still alive. She's still alive. Isn't that exciting?
Mm-hmm.
You can talk to her right now and tell her what you believe would be comforting and joyous for her to hear.
I can hug you as much as you would like. I also like when we connect. I just don't know how to, because I was never hugged like that.
Okay. So how are you feeling saying you were never hugged?
It's very new to say something like that.
Uh-huh. And say it to your 6-year-old, but you see, now you're the mom and you get to be a better mom than she, not better, but the mother she always wanted. So tell her that news. Tell her, hey, wait, listen up. I can be a really good mom to you.
I can be a good mom for you.
And what's she doing now when you say that?
Oh, she's giddy.
She's laughing? Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. Okay.
Just smiling.
Uh-huh. Okay. And so how are you feeling when she's
Good.
giddy?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Playful.
Okay. So where is the judgment of you being a bad mother right now?
No, I don't have a judgment.
It's not here at all. No. No, it isn't. No. Stay with this giddiness that you get from your child, yourself, your 6-year-old, when you tell her you can have hugs anytime you want. I'll do it.
Mhm.
Taking deep breaths and is she still giddy?
Mhm.
Okay. So now she brought something up earlier before you appeared, that she was scared sometimes at her mom. So what would you tell her about being scared from this?
Okay. It's okay to be scared.
Okay. And is it okay for her to tell you about why she's scared?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What if she's scared because sometimes you get angry? Is that okay to say that to you?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can make a promise to your little girl here that she can talk to you. This is up to you. You know, this is your redecision. I'm just throwing out ideas. So let's say that you can let her know that whenever she's scared, she can come to you and say, "Mommy, I'm scared," and you'll say, "Okay, what's your fear?" And then she can say, "Well, I'm afraid you might get angry." And then what would you say to her? Just imagine the scene. Just imagine right now, she's 6 years old. You're the mom she always wanted. She's feeling your anger and you're wanting to communicate with her your love. So stay with it. Just breathe in deeply, gently. You can say it in Russian if you want.
No, it's okay. You can say it in English.
Okay, okay. She's a bright little girl. She is so smart. You must be so proud of her.
Mm.
Tell her how proud you are of her.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah. And tell her, if you will, sometimes I'll be angry, but I want you to point it out to me.
Yeah, you can tell me that you don't like when I'm angry, or you can say that you're scared, and we'll find a way.
Yeah, yeah. How are you feeling right now?
Good. Yeah.
Okay. What's happening in your body? Your breath? Are you breathing deeply, gently?
Yeah, I feel very warm and emotional.
Okay. So let's bring Nikolai into this, okay? Your
Mhm.
6-year-old's not here now. So here's Nikolai. And how old is Nikolai?
He's 7.
Oh, very close. Okay. Okay, so describe Nikolai in the chair. What's he look like?
Oh, he's a little old man.
Physical description, please.
Yeah, cute little wizard.
A withered old man. Okay. So what do you want to tell Nikolai about this decision you're making about your little one?
As a mother, as
The
me,
mother, your mother now. You're the mother now. Yeah. You just
I
had,
am.
yeah, you
She's
had the
my.
dialogue between the mother you always wanted with your 6-year-old. Now you're Nikolai's mother.
Mhm.
And so now
Well,
you pass this real great treasure. You've just obtained a treasure for yourself. You really have obtained a treasure for yourself, and you want to pass it along to him.
I really like when you point out that you don't like when I get angry, and I can deal with that. And um, I love you. And
What,
sometimes I get angry, but I'll do my best to stay calmer.
So what's he doing? Is he making eye contact with you?
Yeah, he's curious. He's like
Okay.
checking what I'm saying.
Okay. Is he kind of
And
suspicious about, are you really?
no, he's very
Oh,
attentive.
he's
He
very
he really
attentive.
trusts me. Yeah, yeah. And he tells me, Mom, you know, you can always have an angry pillow if you're angry.
An angry pill?
Angry pillow.
Pillow. Okay. Angry pillow. Yeah, he can hold the angry pillow for you. No, don't have him do that. That's not his job. You can put it on the sofa and hit it and say, okay, I'm going to do my anger thing. And then I won't have to share it on you. And he'll love that. He'll love that. Oh, mommy's going to do the pillow thing, not me. That's good. What's happening now?
Yeah. He's exactly doing that. And I just realizing that it's me thinking in the future that I might, it's like a program from my mother that I feel guilty about myself. But actually, he's already doing that, you know,
Right.
in reality.
This is it. It's the program from your mother. And you're not your mother. You're not living her life. You're living Daria's life.
Yeah, he's doing much better than I did for my mother because I didn't confront her, and he does confront me. That's what I find hard.
Okay. But now
More hopeful.
now what you're telling us here is you're inviting him to tell you. And that's different. You see, does it feel different to you? Yeah. And yet you're coming from a place of that's true for you. You want to hear it. You want to hear it. You don't want him to be afraid of your anger.
Mm.
Right. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is, I think, your redecision. You can invite that, and you won't slip into being your mother, who couldn't do that. She would feel such pain to hear that.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. So what's happening now?
Yeah. I saw Natalie sleeping.
Okay.
I was curious. Are you sleeping for real?
No, I'm going inside. I'm really connecting with my feelings for you, Daria.
So, Daria, before we leave
Sorry.
session,
Sorry.
is there anything else you want to do with the redecision? Because we want to be able to reinforce it somehow. And there's some,
I would love to reinforce it.
yeah, is there some way you can anchor it in your own mind this moment here on the 15th of November, 2020? This is an important moment for you in your life. And you can think about it if you can't come up with it now, but to come up with it at some point. It could be a physical object, it could be a mental construct, but so.
It's nice to imagine him on this chair.
It's nice to imagine what?
Nikolai on this chair.
Nikolai on the chair. Okay, well that could be your anchor.
Yeah, the anchor.
Nikolai on chair. Okay. Any more feelings you want to share with me?
It's just lightness. It feels more lighter and less judgmental for myself, and
Okay.
maybe more freedom to. It's okay, you know. Sometimes we all have our moments, and if he can voice it, then he has the agency to deal with it, and I can also deal with my own anger.
Exactly. Very good.
Adult way.
Okay. So what do you need to have closure with our work here?
I would like to learn, I don't know, I would like some reassurance to have less anger?
You reassurance that you're going to be less angry. Well, you may be just as angry. You may even be more angry.
Due to
But Nikolai's
guarantee.
going to call you on it. He's going to say, "Mommy, no." Yeah, yeah. We're not wanting to stop your anger. Your anger can be very useful, but Nikolai is going to help you. He's helping himself. He's not helping you, but he will do it for him. And it will, of course, remind you, oh, I'm not my mother. Thank God I'm not my mother. I can listen to his anger and not feel pain, right?
You know, funny enough, he says, "Mama, you know, if you're gonna talk to me like this, you know that I will talk to my children like this."
He's brilliant. All right, this is fun. So are you ready to get some feedback from the others?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is no questions, please, because that takes Daria out of her emotional state. We want to keep her there because she really wants to anchor this redecision, beautiful work she's done here. And so what you want to do is give her sharing your emotions as you watched her do the work. And that is a very powerful reinforcement for her own work. And we'll have time for questions later. So can we open that up, Joanne, to everybody? Thank you so much, Daria. It's very lovely.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah, I'll remember this always. Very good.
So everyone will go back to gallery view if you wish, because it defaults to speaker view at this point, and then unmute yourselves and Bill will lead this conversation.
Okay, so is everybody unmuted? Can they hear me? Okay, so if you...
Everyone needs to unmute themselves. I cannot unmute you, but we can all still hear Bill. So just unmute yourselves. He wants everyone unmuted.
Yeah, Janet, let's see, Meryl, Bob.
Great.
Maria.
I think we're good. Maria is still muted. Maria
Okay.
Gomori.
Okay, Maria. Okay, so we want to give some reinforcement to this redecision that you've seen, this beautiful work that Daria has just done. And it's really important that she gets your emotional state that you were in while you were watching her do her work, how it affected you. So anybody want to share that with Daria?
Bill, there are 40 minutes left.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah, we may only have time for one, but we'll see. I'll try to fit Meryl in. Thank you. Feedback for Daria. Yes, Neil?
Yes, a couple of things. One of them is just the sweetness of something getting loosened up and the loosening moving down through the thing. But within it, there was a pain in the chest that somehow that there was this deep pain while I was watching, and the loveliness of it. I was also feeling a deep pain at the same time.
Yeah, thank you.
I felt a lot of tenderness. Between you and your mother, notwithstanding what was happening as you were describing it, I just felt I felt tenderness for that relationship, and yeah, that's just the word that comes to my mind, was just tenderness.
And I feel compassion and love, and I was very touched and appreciative. I feel appreciative. For Daria, and for the little boy, and for the little girl in me, and the mama.
Yeah.
I felt
go ahead.
I felt lots of resonance, having had a very similar mother who I have to believe somewhere deep inside wanted to be loving and wasn't ever allowed, and couldn't share it, couldn't give it, couldn't touch, couldn't speak love until very late in her life. And resonance with the anguish in myself of wanting to be loved, wanting to hear that validation or acknowledgement or appreciation or something. Validation is the word. Just tell me I'm good enough. Tell me and I was very present with that in your experience and in my own.
Mix up the salad for me.
I felt so much compassion and understanding. I think as a mother, I have two sons, or young adults now, but I had very similar feelings of disappointment in myself when I didn't react how I wanted to. And when they would say to me something that called me out, you know, it was painful. And so I feel such compassion, and I feel connected, and I feel that connection to our own childhood and our own mothers. And just thank you for sharing.
Janet, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was back with my daughter, and one event that I don't remember, but she told me I had thrown her hair dryer down the stairs because I was so angry. And I'd give anything to retrieve that hair dryer. And I was trying to remember the piece of work I did with you some years ago, and I don't really remember.
The piece de Hermosa, I remember.
You remember?
Yeah, I do. It was a very important piece. You did beautiful work.
Okay, maybe you could tell me later.
I will tell you later, yeah.
Okay. And Jean was my first of four, so she got the brunt of it, I guess. But I didn't often lose it, but she remembers when I did.
The memory's in the body, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Natalie.
Yes. For me, I do have this mixed feelings, so that's why I'm trying to identify whether it's mine or it's Daria. There's sadness and pain deep. It's so heavy that I don't know where is it coming from. So that's why when you caught me that I'm sleeping, I said, okay, is it mine? Is it Daria? Or maybe it's a resonates between me and my mom, because of course the story is I'm sure that we have similarities here. That okay, well, my okay. So maybe it's mine.
It's okay that it's yours. You're owning it. You're owning it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, maybe it resonates so much that
It's a very human emotion, Natalie. Very human.
So I'm really connected to you right now, Daria. Like, I can feel that, okay, sometimes there's something that we yearn from our mom, but maybe because of the generation or the culture that makes them unable to express it to us. But at the same time, we understood that, okay, that's how they express their loves toward their children.
I
My
was really
children are
connected
older.
to you, Natalie.
What's that? Dar-
Always felt connected to you.